Set up. Yep. Title. Game.
Yo, we going live. Going loud. So get post here. Post. Cool. I don't know, it'll probably take us like what, 3 hours, you thinking?
Probably. I mean, it's just the 3 levels, and we got the rest of it done in 5 hours.
It was about 5 hours, yeah.
And I mean, really, these levels aren't terribly long.
No.
2 betrayals, yeah.
Well, 2 Betrayals is also just like the notorious mission for being really, really long. But like, I wouldn't have it any other way because 2 Betrayals is my beloved.
Yeah. But I mean, Keys isn't gonna, or sorry, the Maw isn't gonna take us much time.
Ouch! We're not even on a screen where you can actually see the stuff you're throwing at me. I hadn't started the shared chat yet, and here you are just throwing stuff at me. Invite guests. Moon. Okay, my mic's not being picked up on OBS. What's going on? Alright. Wait. Boone, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Ed?
I'm tired, but I am good.
Tired but good? Why am I invisible?
That is a great question. Hello, chum. I'm glad you're doing all right today too, Kasuna. That is good to hear. Where are you? Where is Boone?
I don't know. I'm just not. I don't exist.
Uh-oh. Are you?
There I am.
Are you?
Okay.
There's Boone. Mostly bored. Well, hopefully the stream helps you with your boredom, chum. Hopefully it do. We will find out. Indeed.
Oh,
Go up.
already.
All right, let's see here. Hey. Cool. Still not showing you online for me. Oh, you yapped too much today? Right.
I have to actually enter the menu.
That would do it. That would do it.
Yeah.
Say you yapped too much today, chum. What do you mean by that? A lot of customer service interactions? Oh, you don't have to work today? Well, awesome. That's good to hear.
Always nice. I have to go back to work tomorrow.
I do find it funny how every time we have to redo this, it like makes us go back through and select the mission and like re-choose the difficulty and all that.
Yeah.
I am off tomorrow, but I'm not off in the sense of like doing nothing. I am doing a lot of stuff tomorrow.
Fun? Question mark.
Kinda. I mean, one of them might be if you consider getting your hair cut. Fun.
It can be fun.
Yeah.
I did something different with my hair last time I got a haircut because you know me. I've typically had like short hair most of the time, right? I'm actually keeping it long.
Ooh, very nice. What is
Uh,
good, Steepled Frank?
Start the game already!
Alright, man. So you're keeping it long. So you're doing like
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Currently, it's. Let me make sure that I get look at a picture to make sure before I use a descriptive.
No, nothing.
Over us. Hello, Frank. Stupid ads. Everybody hates ads. Use ad blockers, chat. At least for me. I don't care if you don't watch ads on my channel.
My usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow.
I don't know if it'll allow us to skip the cuts. Yeah, it's not going to let us skip the cutscene. I'm sorry you're feeling bored right now, chum.
That final step is reserved for you.
I just noticed, but they actually took out the like reclaimer symbol out of Monitor's Spark's eye.
It's still there.
It's just so minor.
Well, it's still there as a like brief glimpse. When he gets stunned, look in the eye and you'll see it there.
Oh, I see it there. I see it now.
Yeah.
It's just because of like the fishbowl lens effect.
Uh-huh.
Ah, okay.
Cortana.
But I think that they also had to take
12
out
hours.
the stuff that was
12
like
hours I've been stuck in
Bungie
here,
specific.
watching you cozy up
This
to
is
that
true.
thing while
Well,
it
and also
sharpens
with
the knife to
Marathon,
slit our
too.
throats.
Being back
Yeah.
in prominence, they got to be careful with that logo.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the flood, which is why we brought the index to the control sector.
You mean this?
A construct in the core that is absolutely unacceptable.
And yet...
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once.
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you?
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough. The flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it. Halo doesn't kill Flood, it
Hello,
kills their
Line.
food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. You're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do.
That was
Wipe
unfortunate.
the galaxy clean of all sentient life.
Uh-oh.
You don't believe me?
If anyone was looking
Ask
at my stream, I promise you that was not intentional.
What did you do?
I had checked.
Is it
I
true?
checked a Discord message on the other screen,
Technically, this
and then I
is public
swiped
record
back down and
radius
clicked on
of
the Halo
25,000 light years.
on Halo to
But once the
that way then when
index follows suit,
the
this
cutscene
galaxy
ends,
will
we're
be
not.
devoid of life.
I'm not
Or at
scrambling.
least any life
And let's just say that the
to sustain
the mouse
life.
cursor went to a very unfortunate
But
place.
you already know.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Boone, what did you
This
do?
was- I promise it wasn't intentional.
Left
Boone,
out
what
a
did you
little
do?
detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
need
Chief,
to,
I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to
do we
do
need
what
to,
you've already done?
We need to
address
go
something?
Right now.
Last time you asked me,
No, we don't,
my choice
because of the fact that it was unintentional.
having had
Ah,
considerable
okay,
time to
okay.
ponder your queries,
That's good.
my
Yeah, yeah,
answers
yeah.
don't change.
Oh,
There
if
is
you
no
say
choice.
so.
We must activate
I
the
do say
ring.
so.
Get
I do
us
say
out
so.
of here?
Let's say so.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find
There's nothing wrong with lurking, Limes. You're having fun on your vacation. That is okay.
Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to
That's
happen.
not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Well,
Cowabunga it is.
cowabunga it is. Look out.
Look out.
Oh,
We can't let the monitor activate the ring. We have to stop him. We have to destroy Halo.
oh, he did.
According to my
Yeah.
analysis of the available data, I believe the
Set
best course
number
of
you.
action is somewhat risky. An explosion of
Oh, it's
sufficient
such a
size will
nice
help
small
destabilize the
change,
ring and will cut through
but
a number of primary systems.
In Halo Infinite,
need
like
to
you walk
trigger a
over battery
detonation
weapons, you
on a
pick up
large
the
scale,
ammo in it.
A starship's
Yeah.
fusion
It doesn't happen
reactor is
here.
going
Also,
into
yes,
activator
the terminal is back that way.
Mhm.
I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still
Loon.
relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
Oh, you got a 100 streak? Let's go, Lime. I did not bring up in Firebot that you did that, but nicely done, friend. I have OBS minimized so I can run this game at better graphics. Oh, it's lagging. Ooh. Oh, well, that was easy. Thank you for the lurkies.
I think that elite might be deceased.
I think a lot of them are deceased.
Yeah.
It's so cool how it does that, like, char effect on them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way this still works. Yeah, I really think the Sentinel beam's a little unbalanced for heroic.
We need to buy some time in case the Monitor or his Sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the Intex.
I want to see if they still have the weapons up here.
The machinery in these canyons are Halo's
Nice
primary
gamble.
firing mechanisms.
Oh yeah, they do.
They consist
Do you want the
of
Magnum or the
phase
sniper?
pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous.
I'll take the Magnum.
Okay.
We can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range.
Wait, did I?
Why'd you say that like?
If we damage
Why'd
or
you say that like
destroy these
Donkey Kong?
generators,
I don't
the
know.
monitor
Felt like,
will
hey.
need to repair them before
Okay.
Halo can be used. That should buy us some time.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know if I grabbed all the sniper ammo
I'm
up
marking
here.
the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device. Commandeer that Banshee. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator.
Okay, no, I did. Dun, 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 dun. I missed. Oh, that's an ultra. Dusted. Beep. Well, he went sailing.
We must be near.
Another ultra? Good grief. Alright. Oh, the Zealot pushed up to where the Flood are at up here.
From the prophets.
Get him, Boone. Okay, well, that was a waste of sniper ammo.
What was?
I was trying to shoot the hatch off the Wraith. What you doing? Oh, Wraith moved up over here.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I got the bane of my existence. The thing that constantly puts me in the ground.
Overcharged plasma pistol shot?
Yeah.
Dude, it is stupidly strong in this game. I think it's because of how they have the damage scaling work.
That would make sense.
Good. Let's get moving. The nav
Because, like,
point
people are
will
even
touch
talking about on Legendary just one-shotting you through Overshield and everything else. Do you know where the skull is?
Yes, it's on one of the...
I think it's on this one. Yeah, it's right there. I see it.
You just gotta be careful landing because when you exit the Banshee, you kind of go forward a little bit. Oh.
Witness me!
Well, that Banshee's kind of...
That man just cooked. I did spawn another one down low, though.
Oh, it spawned another?
Mm-hmm. So... like, I do trust I'm good enough with an assault rifle. But I'd very much like my shotgun back. Alright, I shall return.
Okay.
Alright, let's see here. You know, I thought finding my shotgun and rocket launcher would be a lot easier. Oh, found the shotgun. Found the frag grenade.
Alert. Pulse generator is still online. We need to neutralize all three. I recommend seizing a Banshee and flying to the nav point on your display.
Don't worry, Cortana, I will. Alright, we don't have a rocket launcher. Nope, found it. Never mind. I lied.
Nice. Now you gotta walk all the way back up.
I got another Banshee. Right here, see?
Oh wait, I could also probably just walk through the door and teleport you up here.
Probably, but like, you know, Lamau. Yee. I like how much bigger this platform is.
Mhm.
Ooh. Oh, hey, we had a fuel rocket right there. Oh, well.
That's the pulse generator. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. There should be 3 power conduits nearby.
What?
Focus your attention there.
Yeah,
They changed it. Why?
my guess is just to make it more
Dynamic?
like cohesive with other
Pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done.
Ouch.
other Forerunner power systems rather than just because of the fact that
Move out and
I'm
I'll mark the target with an
I mean,
I could be mistaken,
it.
but is there ever another time where your shields get overloaded?
Not by something like
Like that?
this. Not to my
Yeah.
knowledge. But that kind of like, I think it's also because they changed how the health system works in this game.
Yes.
So I wonder if it's a matter of like programming issues.
Mhm.
What is Banshee Bomb?
It's. Are you on controller?
Yeah.
Right thumbstick.
Oh, that's interesting. Ah, no! I got amped. I don't think they'd have an Easter egg for going through the other way. I'll have to find that out when we play. When I play this again at some point.
Mhm.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh, it is gross in here. Oh, that's a plasma grenade. I was not expecting them to already have flood biomass here. Good blood. Oh, good thing there's not friendly fire. I took way too many shotgun shells. Good news, there's still chain reactions.
there's two of them, by the way.
Yep. Out here.
One's down.
One is almost dead.
Two's down.
Nice. Yeah, 'cause I smacked them both with a rocket round. I got two missiles left. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm not a fan of infection forms taking up a huge motion tracker blip. It really throws you off.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they did that for remix mode because of like having to program in them as an enemy to be replaced. Yeah. Could be why.
That could be. So I did get a couple achievements today.
Yeah.
I did the one where you have to play with Famine, Recession, and Johnny Ammo Tree
Yeah.
on without running out of ammo, and the map quest one.
Ooh, very
for
nice.
Doing Silent Cartographer without ever
Jumping.
not jumping, but firing a weapon, meleeing, throwing a grenade. Because you obviously can't run out of ammo if you're not attacking.
True.
Got him right in the back.
That was not my intended target. Seeing the Halo 3 deaths on these grunts paired with the Halo Combat Evolved sounds is something I didn't know I needed in my life. Because hearing the grunts just like do their like Joe Staten scream as they go careening. How bad is it, Cortana? Oh, it's bad. Are they just going to keep dropping from the ceiling?
How you doing on shotgun ammo?
I'm 10 out 34 rounds.
All right, you should pick that up then. I've got 1045.
Okay. Ugh. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of glad that they can't get infected, but like, imagine how much more terrifying this would be if they could.
Yeah.
Oh, they can shoot through that glass.
There is no glass.
Yeah, there was glass. Out of dying this time around? Oh yeah, we're stinking gamers, Frank.
Yeah, we're professionals.
And we've played this mission about 100 times. Even though it's not the same mission on, you know what I mean. Oh, finally, I got more grenades. Oh. I was not expecting carrier forms to be back here. That's where we...
There we go.
Lego. Yeah, the amount of flood biomass this far into this area is a little alarming.
I mean, it spreads quick. Though I do have a question though, Ed.
What's up?
Why is it?
Hmm?
Aside from a gameplay, level design, what's the lore reason that we can't just fly a Banshee to the next one?
So right now, because lore reason wise, there wasn't Banshees at this part. Gameplay reason wise?
Yeah. No. I'm saying we were just in a Banshee. Oh, I'm dead. We were just in a Banshee, right?
My money's
Why do we need to go through the building instead of just flying up and over?
I think it's because there's... I'll be honest, it's probably the same reason why we didn't take the Eagles to Mordor.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, it's game design. That's why. But
Lore reason, I got nothing. Very nice. I know people are probably mad that I'm using hit markers right now, but like, after trying to figure out why I wasn't hitting shots on brutes, I'm like, nah, I'm putting them on. Hey, buddy. Ah. Oh, they bit me. Chittering. How you doing over there?
Good, good.
Good. That is a lot of carrier forms.
That is not an automatic weapon.
What did you have?
I was like, I was saying this would be a good way to take out the all the infection forms.
What was it? Shotgun? Rocket launcher?
Turn around.
It was a rocket launcher. It was. Yeah, it was. You know what's crazy? This mission is the first time I've swore in real life was this mission back in the day. You probably know the part. It's coming up. It's the part where you go down that one hallway where the elites are fighting the rocket flood.
Yeah.
I went, holy shit. I'm out of
Feel like there's a skull in here.
I don't remember. Can't get through here. I mean, you got around through there, but you know. Because I know the mythic skull is the one you do in the by the second pulse generator.
Right.
I don't hear the whispering of the damned, so.
Yeah. I think I'm just hearing like the general like Forerunner whispers.
Well, that and the flood ambience too.
Yeah.
Rocket launcher. Oh, the SMG does rip through infection forms pretty quick.
Oh yes.
Apparently in the remix mode, you can have a hunter spawn here.
Is that the next stream then? Is playing through it again on remix mode?
I might give it a little bit of time before I do that, but it'll happen at some point. There's a lot of thumping going around in here. Oh, that's why it's a tank. Oh, they have a cave troll. Oh, the cave troll's saying hello.
They have multiple cave trolls. I'm counting 2 on me.
Well, I got 1.
So there's at least 3.
Well, let me see about getting towards you to help you out. What about the game? Okay. Well, if you put it on absolute low settings, you might be able to. Well, that's a lot of combat forms.
One's dead.
Glad I got a full shotgun. That's about all I got. Oh, hello! Oh no. Got him. Good news, we now have another gun. Oh. All right. Good
Calm down,
grief. Need another weapon. Was not expecting tank brigade in here. Yeah, but hopefully it runs on your laptop. Shotgun is super. Oh yeah, no, the shotgun does not seem to do any work against the brutes in the prequel missions. But I think those brutes just have really bad damage feedback in comparison to every other.
I think they also have like windows of time that they're just immune to stuff
Yeah, like
too.
mid animation for like transitioning it during the
Yeah.
berserk stage or something like that. Was not expecting them to be having like, I get it, you know, yeah, the flood spreads fast, but like this almost feels too fast. Like how much biomass is already everywhere. But yeah, no, I the shotgun feels great against flood. Feels great against Covenant in general. I went the wrong way. But other than that, yeah, no, I feel that. Like, Hunters, too, was actually kind of surprising how good it is against them. But
Yeah.
Alert. Pulse generator is still online. We need to neutralize all three. I recommend...
Oh, right, I remember where it is.
Flying to the nav point on your display. Okay, let's take care of the next pulse generator.
oh, you're dead.
Yeah, I was attempting to engage it on foot.
See, that didn't work out too well for you. See, is there anything worthwhile down low? Oop, there is. Rocket launcher. Jesus, try to take out the Banshee. First, there's nothing else down here.
It's up here.
Skull?
Yeah, in the middle of all this biomass.
Oh, okay. Did you collect it already?
No, because the Wraith started shooting.
Alright, it's shooting again.
But yeah, it's just right.
Oh, it's just
Here.
right in here. Black Eye? Oh, of course Black Eye's right here.
Oh. That's why I was cautious about the Wraith shooting.
You can go back and get your stuff, buddy. Is that the Banshee making that noise? What is that?
I think that's the Banshee, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea where my... There's-
Well, that was an overcharged pistol shot.
It's deadly. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude! It's very deadly. It's got no soul by it. Oh, you're a butt munch. Oh! The rocket was still tracking it.
Nice.
Now, let's see here. Oh, what? They got the tunnel sealed off? Ugh. That's gross. Are there any weapons down here? No? Okay. Burp. That's cool. I guess we get to go up here. trust you.
Mm.
You know what's scary? I have more faith pushing a jackal sniper than I do a jackal with a overcharged plasma pistol right now.
Yeah. Turn that. There we go.
So tempting.
Uh-oh.
You good?
It just popped up saying my network connection was lost.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, I'm still
You're still here for
in
me.
game. Like my stream didn't turn off.
No, it's still. I think we're still sharing a chat.
Yeah, I think that like the game is very sensitive.
Gotcha.
Like, I think it has a lot of false positives.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it seems like we've had almost every time where it's been like, oh, disconnected.
There was a jackal still alive down here.
There's a grunt that's alive up here. Just completely
Unfazed.
yeah, like it's just hanging out.
Probably needed to defenestrate him. Throw him out the window, Boone.
Working on it. Come on.
Is it right next to another one? Actually, I would like some grenades. Oh, I am full up on grenades.
All right. Look.
Oh, hey. Grant, you have the opportunity to do the fun. Jeep time. Oh, that's a big flood spore. Oh. Do you think we can splatter them again?
Which one?
Tank.
You can try.
Okay, no, we can't splatter him. We can't splatter him. It's a little disheartening. Oh, Boone. Oh, Boone, I'm so sorry. Oh, there go my grenades. All right, I'm back. Yeah, you can't splatter tanks. That's so annoying.
I think that you can. It's just that the amount of damage that a splatter does is not sufficient to.
Oh, Hunter's up. Hunter's down.
That's a tank down.
All right, I'm gonna go grab my stuff.
Okay. I think.
So the mythic skull.
Right, is at the top.
Yeah, it's opposite to the one we gotta go to.
Right. I don't remember if there's anything inside of here.
I don't think there was.
Just an active camo.
I'll grab that. We might want that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Frank, that's a big spore.
Pop it.
Can we? Doesn't seem like it.
No, but you know that if this was back in the day, there'd be some magazine that'd be like, if you fire 32 Banshee bombs,
Into
it
that?
will pop. And then you get to fight the super secret flood form.
Oh, this Banshee's about cooked. I'm bailing. I died. Oh, there's a zealot there. I was gonna say, does he try to hijack?
Divine Chateau. Go.
Not anymore.
Alright, cool. So, do we want to do the skull first, or do we want to do the pulse generator first?
That doesn't matter to me.
Alright.
I'd like a different weapon for swap out for the.
We got Field Rod gun here. Thank you, Romulus, for helping track
that
of
would be,
deaths.
that would be a good choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably do the go over there first for the skull.
Alright. Alright. Let's do this. Oh, they threw a lot of grenades there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That was so many grenades. There's a lot of fuel rod gun in here. So switch should be active now.
Yes.
We just debating on if I want to even keep the rocket launcher, if I want to pick up a. Oh, I'm angel mode now. Uh-oh. Oh, that carrier form's coming back. That's a rocket launcher. That's a rocket launcher.
I've got one too.
Got a banana chem. Alright. That didn't seem too bad.
We're ready for the next one.
Nope. Just picking up the rest of that rocket ammo. How's your sad looking?
Oh, there's a tank.
Was.
That one's down. There's
Oh,
another
there's
one.
another one!
That's down.
There's another one. Just meat grinding them. He's stuck. Point left at the poon.
Nice.
Here we go.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Nice. That was a lot easier with 2 people than it was with just 1.
I'd imagine. Alright. Let's exfil most quickly. Oh, cool vignette. Was fun.
I like the skulls that you have to actually do something for, rather than just like, oh yeah, it's just over here.
Yeah. Oh, teleport. That's cool. I think the one that's going to be really annoying to try to get will be catch.
Same as the last
Yeah.
generator. We need to
That one
destroy
is
the 3
not
power
fun.
conduits.
There, I'll head this way.
Oh, it does damage your shield when you break them, at least. Oh, that's a lot.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. 1 more to go.
Turned him
Right.
into spaghetti.
Oh, there's... That is not an empty hallway.
I was about to ask if they, like, refilled that hallway after we left. And they still do. It's like, how did they get here?
1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up.
Oh, this tunnel's not going to be fun.
The systems on the Pillar of Autumn have failsafes even I can't override without authorization from the captain. Code is stored in his neural implants. We'll need to find him to start the fusion core detonation. That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy is through there.
We're
Alright,
flying through.
Do we want to risk flying through? I don't know. Like, is there still a bunch of rocket flood down here?
Yes.
Okay, then. I'm going on foot. It is so loud. I've dropped so many frames being in this tunnel, it's kind of ridiculous.
There we go.
Not so bad. Oh, hey, a ghost. I'm assuming this door is still broken, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh. See tank. See another tank. Missed a plasma grenade.
Some dudes with rocket launchers.
It's so funny watching the combat forms run at a distance. It's like they're like barely moving, it seems. Could just be also like my frame rate dying though too. Look at that slow-mo run.
I think it's something that I noticed this in Power World yesterday too. That the default walk animation is much faster than they actually move. And so they don't seem to have like different speed animations. It's just
Gotcha.
one default animation that then when they're moving slowly, because remember in Halo 1, like they would slowly walk towards you and then pick up speed.
Yeah. Well, they have like that one like stalk walk. There's nothing over here, is there? Doesn't look like it.
There's nothing.
Doesn't look like there's anything on the other side too.
Oh, wait.
Is there?
That's just some greebling. I thought it might be some weapons.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I see what you mean. No, I mean, I think the problem that I've had so far is, again, we're fighting enemy AI for the Flood that wasn't designed with sprint in mind. Whereas if it was like Halo Combat Evolved's original Flood AI, because they would just also just book after you, you know?
Yeah.
See blood.
Mm-hmm.
See no bodies though.
It would all feel nicer if it wasn't just, you know, essentially a coat of paint with some updated mechanics.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if the enemy AI actually was using.
Like, it would be cool if we had both Halo 3 AI and Flood, like Halo Combat Evolved Flood AI. So like the Flood AI for like weapons, like Flood wielding weapons would be Halo 3, whereas AI with, you know, wielding, like not wielding weapons would be Halo 1, like Berserk, you know? Or like Halo 2, you know, kind of lean into the dual AI system that they're using for the Covenant. Because like with how the Jackal snipers behave in comparison to like how the regular ones behave. I already take out the paint. There it is. Banshee's down. It's also cool too how like the Flood biomass is actually giving off like steam too. That's a nice touch.
They got me.
What did I get you with?
Just concentrated fire.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sorry. Oh, there's a couple rocket Flood down that way. We'll say it takes forever to kill some of these Flood with the Ghost. So much plasma into them.
Rocket Floods are dead.
That's good. I'm gonna collect me some more rocket launcher. Oh, is this tunnel just open now? Nope. Yeah, like, I wish the Flood had more feedback when you'd shoot them. Like, armor breaking off or something. Like, the shielded elites feels great, but that's because shooting shielded elites just feels great in general. Because you, like, see the sparks flare off the shield and all that other stuff. Is there anything worthwhile?
You get rocket launcher right
Yeah,
now.
I'm full on rocket.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to grab up some grenades, though. I'm surprised there's no, like, sniper rifle. Oh, here it is. I drove right over it. Some rocket ammo here. At least I thought I drove
Switch out the
over.
banana cannon for a rocket launcher.
Kinda gross. But weird, no sniper rifle here. Something me and my brother used to do when we play this mission is we'd grab the sniper rifle that was here and then fly up to the bridge and then just snipe everybody from on high.
Nice.
Oh, that's rocket. I'm gonna die to some try-harding elite with a needler. Alright. I got one rocket left.
I've still got a full one, and the hunter just showed up.
Time for me to bail. Ow. I know there's more rocket out there. I just need to get my health back so I can actually try to pick up some. I did kill one of the combat forms out there with rockets. I'm starting to see why they have the like weapon pickup IDs.
Yeah.
Because like them in the snow, it's I'm dead. I got too greedy. I lived. You need to pick up another gun though.
Oh.
That didn't work out well. There's another ghost here if you want it. Time to channel the classic strat of mow everything down from the distance with an infinite ammo gun.
Hey, if it works.
Yeah, it do. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they didn't. Where's the third wave of flood that comes in? You know? This final battle felt very, very short. Yeah, we used to grab the sniper rifle, grab a Banshee, then fly all the way back up here and just snipe them from afar.
Nice.
Yep. Gearing us up like we're gonna have more to fight than just normal stuff here. Ooh.
One target remaining. Let's take care of the final pulse generator.
I'm a little disappointed it's not the shield mechanic, but I get it.
Yeah.
Final target neutralized.
But it does kind of lead credence to something that Swede said. That did kind of crack me up. Because he's like, oh, they just simplified it for
There's a teleportation bridge that runs throughout
new,
Halo.
like,
That's
they
how
really
they
wanted to sell it for new players because he saw the cliff that they added on Halo after the bridge.
Fortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Yeah.
Something tells me I'm
And he's
not
like,
gonna like this.
they put up safety rails for people not to run off the edge.
Without permanently damaging your shield. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
Kind of cool though how they did I do like that cutscene a little bit better because it's like him kind of being distracted, not really paying attention.
The Covenant network is absolute
Yeah.
chaos. From what I've been able to piece together, their leadership ordered all ships to abandon Halo when they found the flood, but they were too late. The flood overwhelmed this cruiser and disabled it. The Covenant are terrified the flood will repair this ship and use it to escape from Halo. They've sent in a strike team to neutralize the flood and repair the ship for immediate departure. I've got a lock on Captain Key's CNI transponder signal. He's alive and the implants are intact. There's some interference from the cruiser's damaged reactor. Oh, I see. The coordinate data needs to be... Right. Sorry.
I know that I've seen a lot of
I'm reading
people.
the captain's transponder.
Oh yeah, are we
He's
gonna
in
try to do the?
control room.
I think we should just try it for the for another time because it's gonna be tough to do on this difficulty.
Well, you have to do it on heroic or legendary.
Yeah, but I meant like without doing modifiers to our health.
Oh yeah.
Lost him.
Plus, this way we get to actually experience the. Whoop.
Did he just like explode?
He just completely disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah, this way we get to actually experience the level with the ambience rather than
No.
sprinting through it.
You want the shotgun?
Oh, you can take it.
Analyzing damage. This hole was caused by some kind of explosive.
You could
Very
totally
powerful.
sprint around this.
All I detect out there.
Oh, totally.
Warning, threat level increasing. That jump into the coolant is looking better all the time, Chief.
Well, I accidentally went back too far back. Oh,
Ah!
just into it.
The crash did more damage than I suspected.
Oh, I see why they give you the 2 active camos here now.
Wreckage rate is significant. The ship's reactors
Yeah.
should already have gone critical. We should head this way towards the ship's gravity lift.
Because you're probably supposed to be able to use both camouflage just to kind of like sneak your way through here. I'm forever satisfied that the AR does headshot damage. Welcome back.
Thanks.
I don't know how to feel about the flashlight having infinite light, though. I feel like that kind of cheapens darker sections.
Yeah, but at the same time, later games don't have temporary lights, right?
Well, Halo
And
2 technically does, but that's because it like has an auto shut off.
yeah, and really I think that the limited flashlight is likely a
He's delirious, in pain. We have to find
kind
him.
of genetic marker, if you will, of first-person shooters at the time. Because what were the first-person shooters back
Well,
in
like-
2001?
That's a good question.
Because to me, Half-Life was, Half-Life, Doom had not gone 3D, so Half-Life was really one of the big 3D first-person shooters, and that one has a limited use flashlight.
I thought it was more so because in this game they wanted it to lean into like the horror aspect of it, because like now that you're fighting the flood and you're in these close, cramped, claustrophobic corridors, the light almost feels like a safety net.
I think
comparison to
that
the
could
four.
be a reason for it, but if we're looking at from a game design point of view, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing as having the tutorial where you do your, camera inverted yes or no.
Yeah.
It's just because that was, if I remember correctly, isn't that how the camera was hard-coded for Doom?
Well, like you had... Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Doom didn't have traditional camera. It was just side to side and you walked, because there was no aiming in Doom. It wasn't until like what's the game I'm thinking of? GoldenEye, where they actually introduced like the 3D space to look through.
Right, which GoldenEye was inverted.
Well, and it also had
Right.
like the side to side profile. Oh geez. Of like forward, back, left, right, but like forward and back on the joystick was,
Mm-hmm.
move backwards, forwards, and then left and right was like actually looking left and right. Because you wouldn't do like the 3D aim until you would get into so you'd actually get into like till you'd like aim in the weapon to then aim around.
Wait, the Covenant and Flood are attacking.
Oh, needler rifles.
I recommend we wait until they worn each other down. Then we'll only have to deal
That's
with
cool.
the stragglers.
Oh, imagine going through here with Armistice turned on.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Nope, sorry, you now got to go up against, what is that, 2 tanks and 2 hunters that are now best friends with each other?
Seems fair. Oh, there's some classic infection form noise. Oh. I heard stomping and I wasn't the one moving. It was the combat form. Do you think that elite will turn his attention to us? Yep, he does. That's an invisible elite. Or combat form. Is it behind you? It is. Welcome back.
Thanks.
I wasn't expecting to actually be able to get up here, but I'm glad that I went and took this way around to see. It is kind of crazy just how many you just like punch through.
Yeah. Only got
No.
10 shots in this shotgun.
I got 6 here. Do you want to pick up a shotgun? I'll take an energy sword. Back behind you.
Nah, I'm already down.
Well, it's like right here on the ground. Somewhere. Or at least it should be.
I don't see it.
Must have despawned.
There's a guy with a rocket launcher up there.
Up where?
Down. I got him.
Got him. With all this like Covenant coolant everywhere, it almost makes you wonder if this ship would even be able to like stay cool if it like engaged engines or anything.
Probably not.
Like, I know its fate in the book is that Jenkins detonates it,
There's the gravity.
Right.
but
Still operational. That's our way back in. The captain, his vitals are fading. Please, Chief, hurry.
Man, I'm not doing too good this level.
I'm about to not be doing good either. That was brutal.
Yeah, we're okay. That's only the first wipe that we've had all night.
Yeah, ain't too bad. I just wish it didn't send us so far back.
Guy with the rocket launcher's down at least.
That's good. Cool if we could get up to that rocket launcher, boy.
What if you stand on my head?
Give that a try. I wonder if hey, over here may be better. Aw, close. One more try. Nope. There's like, it's like perfectly slanted, so you can't just like stay on it. Oh well.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
Power source detected. There's the gravity lift. Still operational. That's our way back in. The captain, his vitals are fading. Please, Chief, hurry.
Missed. Oh, that was the zealot up there. I thought he already pushed down. Oh, Boone. Oh, Boone.
Ooh. The game has performed adequately all the time, and then we got here, and it's just like, nah, you're playing PowerPoint now.
Yeah, I do be rough sometimes. Oh, he is not dead. Thank you for covering the death.
Okay.
Go it. Did we forget someone? Not that I'm seeing. Oh, the game is working well for you so far, Romulus? That's good.
We
Oh, there
did
it
just
goes.
hit a
We should be
checkpoint.
able to get into the ship's control room from here.
I did not see the prompt to pick up X for the skull, so we were too slow. Obviously.
Oh yeah. That's not the way.
The Covenant BattleNet is a mess. I can't access the ship's schematics.
Ugh.
My records indicate that a shuttle bay should be here.
That's not where I wanted that frag grenade to go. Oh, hello. God, this is so grotesque. I got 5 shells left in my shotgun. I better start mag dumping people with the magnum.
Look, in the corners. The Flood are gathering bodies here.
I know that we're nearby one of the other skulls here.
Isn't it in the last bay doors that we go through?
Yes.
How's your shotgun looking?
I've got 45 extra. Oh, there we go. That's full.
I'll rock the assault rifle for a minute.
Do we want to go just down, or do we want to go through the...
I'm okay with going through.
The memories. They're not mine. I must hold on.
Also, because if we get to hear more of the dialogue from Keith Silverstein, I want him to feel like he's being properly heard.
Okay, let me get your thoughts on something, Ed.
Yeah.
I know that I've seen some people talking about how they dislike the... Obviously not the casting, but the voice direction that they used for Cortana and the Sage. And I respectfully disagree with people saying that it's bad.
I don't think it's bad so much as it just feels out of place for the tone that Cortana should have here. And I mean that in the sense of, like, you know, Cortana notoriously is like always knows herself as the smartest person in the room, you know, very Halsey-esque. But I think the issue that is here, that people have an issue with it, is she sounds too much like the weapon instead of sounding like Cortana.
Right.
I think that's the issue. I don't think it's a matter of her having bad voice direction so much as people were just wanting Cortana, not Weapon 2.0.
Right. Well, I also think that an important point is to consider, like, the point in time that the game takes place
Yeah.
for her as a character.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, I would much rather her sound like her Halo 1 counterpart versus the weapon, but it doesn't detract. Oh, thank you. It doesn't detract from her performance here. But there's so many different issues I have with, like, ow, thank you for the chair dot. With voice direction of other characters, that hers is a minor complaint. Ow! In comparison to, you know, like, for example, Sergeant Johnson's new VA. I feel like he's not given his direction was sound like Johnson versus, like, become Johnson.
Yeah.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, in an ice, if for someone's baby's first Halo, it's serviceable, right? Like, I think we can all agree with that. But the problem is that if it's meant to be Halo Combat Evolved, it misses the mark on that.
Right.
So, like, that's my 3 cents worth.
Specifically with Johnson, it's not so much the vocal performance, but also the motion capture performance.
You can tell this game used too much motion capture, in my opinion, because, like, some of the moves that the Covenant do don't feel Covenant at all. They feel like dude in monkey suit.
I think that part of it is the cutscenes are motion capture, the gameplay is not.
Yes. Because it's
And
using
so
the...
it doesn't feel like a cohesive animation style.
Yeah.
Which ultimately ends up hurting more than it helps.
Yeah. Because, like, like, the introduction scene to the Covenant in the Sankerson, where Harmony's doing his, like, these are the species of the Covenant that you know. Here's the brutes. And, like, how that opening firefight scene between the two just feels very janky.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, like... Not the needler rifle, thank you. Versus, like, how it could feel. Because, like, if you were to write that...
needler rifle.
Gosh. If they were to have written the scene where it's, like, Johnson and Chief are trapped in, like, an energy shield where they couldn't shoot at the Covenant, it would have felt more natural for them not to be able to shoot at the Prophet. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's, like, everybody's biggest complaint is, like, why didn't they just kill the Prophet? You know, you could write that off simply saying things like, well, they wanted to collect intel, that's why they're there, so they got free intel on...
The control room from the 3rd level.
You know, free intel on a Prophet by him just, like, exposing everything. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense to wait. But there's still so much of it yet where it's just like, how come we didn't let them build upon that more?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if they were to be, like, in a barrier shield, for example, where they couldn't have gotten through, and so, like, part of the reason why they were there in the first place, why they didn't take the shot, was because of an energy shield. Yeah, that feels more natural than what we got.
Oof. I had nowhere to go.
I probably need to, like, actually get to a spot where you can spawn in. Oh. Welcome back.
We gotta go down.
We gotta go down?
For the, if we go through here, this is where the terminal is.
Oh, okay.
But that does mean we have to fight some hunters in very close quarters.
I see. Yeah, no, there's, like, I have my gripes, and I think it'll be better to, like, talk about my gripes when we're not actively playing the game.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can focus more on your thoughts, and you can talk about, like, specific examples. Like, I've been taking, like, notes, so to speak, to be like, yeah, these are my gripes. Because, like, admittedly, most of the gripes that I have so far is just the game needed more time, for one. Did we run past it?
Yes, here it is. My main thing is it doesn't, like, when you, for me, is it bad? Absolutely not. It's Halo. It's still fun. It's still enjoyable. It's also very clear that the main point of the game's existence was the fact that the game is being released on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that it was the point of the bonus missions is not this is for the fans, this is for the point of the bonus missions is this is a fresh starting on point for new players. Here's some of the stuff that you will have, like here's a look more at the expanded world.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it also serves too because it's like it explains what the aliens are that you're killing.
Yes. And so when you look at it as like essentially a sizzle reel for the bonus missions, it makes a lot more sense why they are the way that they are.
I think it's also just victim of bad writing because the objective was to, all right, give us a thing that introduces the players to the Covenant. Where it's like, it could have been like, if I was to have done it, it would have been like an ops intro scene to like Jeef and Johnson on a Spirit and like going over, you know, talking about them, and then having a moment where it's like, and there's rumored that there's another race of the Covenant we haven't fought yet, the Brutes, Gerald and Harney, right?
Yeah.
Like, they could have done something with that, and they didn't.
I think that the main point of showing off the different it's a primer to the world.
Oh, 100%.
It's showing, you know, all those aliens that you fight, they're not just called elites, grunts, whatever.
They have
That's
actual...
the name that's been given to them.
Yeah.
For one, and then for two, you have the showcasing a prophet to be like, these are the guys that are in charge.
Yeah. Like, introduction to the world of Halo, pretty satisfying thing, you know? It's like, it gets that job done.
Yeah.
It's just he has a rocket launcher.
Oh gosh. It's just for people that have played everything, read the books and everything. It's like, okay, it's fun to play more new stuff, but what is the other reason for it? And it's just it's not, the intention is for complete newcomers, essentially.
Yeah.
Control room should be.
Oh, they do actually have ultras. Oh dear. Or like spec ops elites that show up. I was wondering if they were going to actually show off spec ops elites.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello. I'm gonna grab a rocket launcher. Do you want it? Do you have a needler rifle at all, or shield? Okay. I'll rock a shotgun. I'll rock a Magnum rocket launcher combo. The Truth and Reconciliation. Oh no, what hit it?
Feel them crawling inside my mind, but I won't give in.
I'm also kind of annoyed that we finally get like another huge voice actor to join the cast of Halo, and it's for a role we already had a character voice for. And because, like, can you imagine Keith as a prophet? Like, if he was Harmony?
Yeah.
Like, have him be the conniving prophet that's like trying to make bioweapons and is ultimately probably responsible then for the prelates.
I think if the intention was to build off of the bonus missions into something that, you know, would be like the main antagonist for a new game, they would have done that.
Yeah.
The fact that they essentially just recycled voice actors.
Yeah.
For the new characters just goes to show that that wasn't the intention.
Yeah. I know, it's kind of just my thoughts about it.
Chief,
How do we free him?
it's not him. Not anymore. The captain, he's one of them. We can't let the Flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect. What he'd want us to do.
Ugh, it's gross. No, that's 100% what I got
It's
that
done.
meant.
It's the release the game early, that way then you're not releasing it against GTA.
Yeah. Which annoys me because it's like this game. I'm gonna call it right now. If this game had the proper time and polish,
Alert! I'm detecting multiple Covenant and Flood groups approaching the bridge.
it would have. If this launched with like multiplayer and. Sorry, let me focus my thoughts here and like try to stay alive and fight off everything.
Before we leave this room, the skull's in here.
Yeah, isn't it like back here? It's on the proto Gravemind, isn't it? Like you gotta punch his skull out.
Yes. Also, did you like the design of the Proto Gravemind?
Oh, it's very much Gravemind.
The fact that it actually looks like one now?
Yeah, I'm gonna let that tank just do his thing. What do we gotta punch to get the skull out at?
Just, you have to punch it.
I'm not seeing a pickup for a skull though, or nor am I seeing the skull.
You have to punch repeatedly.
Oh, there, I see it now. Oh, pinata, nice. Aptly apt.
That's why you have to punch repeatedly.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is 100% meant to be a proto Gravemind, but they gave it a little bit of sauce by actually giving it the Gravemind mouth back here, if you can see it. Let me try to get a better angle. So like you see right here, they actually have it with like the actual like Gravemind maw, which is a nice touch.
I'll be honest, I really like this design much more than the
Oh, I like it
the
better
old
than the
potato.
booger one. Yeah, the
yeah.
potato booger.
I know that some people were lamenting
Well,
the design of the
you know why people don't like this flood aesthetic stuff? Because you see like the orange glow. They're tired of seeing the orange glow.
yeah.
And the orange glow has been done up in a lot of different things. But like if this was like the green glow, it would have been hard to parse in comparison to like the other glowing parts of the Truth and Wreck. Because like right here, right, you see like this plasma coil right here shining through. It's a good color mesh against everything else. But the problem is that it's like it's just they're tired of the orange because this has been 343's flood color for forever, is this growing orange pustules. You know, and like every other side, again, a lot of people aren't liking the sterilization of sci-fi style by having it all be generic sci-fi glowing orange contagion.
Right.
So I get it, it's nitpicky, but it's one of the things I do want to talk about.
We need to get back to the Pillar of Autumn. Let's go back to the shuttle bay and find a ride.
Though, and part of that also is design in a way because it communicates that idea to the players.
Yeah.
Which obviously with a game like Halo where it's, you know, it's been around a while. You don't necessarily need to communicate everything to a new player of what is and isn't. But it's having design choices like that that still communicate more simple ideas.
Yeah.
Without then needing to take the time in game to tell people what they can.
Yeah.
It's the same idea as like health potions are red, right?
Yeah.
Grab one of the Banshees and we'll use it to return to the Pillar of Autumn.
Oh, can we just like straight up just hijack her right here?
That would be fun.
Well, I mean, I'm down to try it. Oh, it already landed out there. Oh.
Oh,
What got you?
There's so many grunts with fuel rod cannons. Ooh, dying in here gives you a shotgun and SMG.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. There were a lot of grunts with fuel rod guns around the corner. I missed the elite, but killed the jackal. Empirical victory. I do like the smoke effect of the rocket, though. Ah, gotta love the Halo Reach Elite melee. Yeah, you're right, Romulus. It does. You do gotta start that mouth somewhere. Sorry for the delay on that, but ain't wrong. I splattered a girl with a crate with the rocket launcher shot. Let's go. All right, let's do this. Hey, the wart. It's real. Yeah, like those elite animations right there. It's like, dude, could we have gotten another pass, maybe, please?
Yeah.
Again, difference between mocap versus animated.
Yeah. But I love the environments.
Oh, they did.
I think.
Yeah.
The environment people deserve a raise.
Well, they probably were the team that wasn't laid off.
Yeah, probably.
But like, this is such a good change to Pillar of Autumn from the Maw.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up!
Can you imagine if that's just where it rolls credits?
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
There must have been something wrong with the coordinate data.
Oh my word. All right.
We need to get to the bridge. From there, we can initiate an overload of the ship's fusion engines. The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
I don't remember where all the skulls are in this mission.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, that's just outside. I thought the mission didn't load properly for a second there. That's a shotgun. That's my shotgun. I really wish that the incinerating effect of the Sentinel Beam actually, like, made it so infection forms couldn't hop in the bodies.
Yeah.
Clear. Definitely have a lot of the, like... Thank you for the lurk, Romulus. And tell Reggie I said hi. Oh. Oh, dear. I may have accidentally picked up all your shotgun ammo.
That's fine.
How far back do I gotta go? There you are.
Still some.
Did the other hunter decide to push out? Nope.
I know that the terminal is in here.
Yeah.
Got taken out by the fuel rod firing squad.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I was just trying to get the shotgun. Okay, a little more strategy.
More pineapple. Done.
Nice.
You know, very happy that they actually have the Spec Ops elites. And I'm so glad we aren't counting near deaths right now, Ben.
Yeah.
Victory!
Did he just shoot the wall?
No, he just detonated his grenades instantly on the wall. Do you want a fuel rod gun? For a chance? There's only like 12
I'm
here.
good. I'm good.
I'll mess with the banana cannon some. The lighting in here is phenomenal. I will give it
Yes.
that. It's very moody.
The bridge. We made it. Let's get to work.
How many grunts with fuel rods are in there?
I need you to upload me into the control systems.
Well, it's
The
like,
terminal
what
is located next to
psychopath
the main view screen.
was like, yeah,
Thank you for the alert,
we're
Diamond.
gonna give all of them rocket launchers for this enclosed mission.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Giving that to a grunt is a good idea.
And just
Leave
put
home
5
for
of them
a
in
few
there.
days and look what happens. This won't take long. There. That should give us enough time to make it to a lifeboat and put some distance between ourselves and Halo before the detonation.
I'm afraid that's out of the question. Really?
Oh, hell.
Ridiculous. That you would imbue a warship's AI with such a wealth of knowledge. Weren't you worried it might be captured or destroyed?
He's in my data arrays. A local tap?
You can't imagine how exciting this is. To have a record of all our lost time. Human history is fascinating. Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization. To think you would destroy this installation, as well as this record. I am shocked. Almost too shocked for words.
He stopped the self-destruct sequence.
Why do you continue to fight us, Reclaimer? You cannot win. Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless.
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor, he's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps. But why... Okay, I'm coming with you. Chief, Sentinels.
That's an example of what I was talking about earlier with the dialogue.
We need to go.
Because, like, there was a genuine sense of panic in original Halo CE's Cortana versus this one.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I don't know what to do.
Chief, we need to get to the engine room. That's the only other place where the monitor can override the self-destruct sequence. The ship was heavily damaged when it crashed. Head to the
Oh, the fuel rod's
cryo chamber. You
despawned.
should be able to get to the engine room through there.
It is insane just how much of a meat grinder this shotgun is.
Mhm.
Romulus. That's because Cortana's a strong, independent AI. She don't need no man.
You still got your fuel rod, right?
Oh yeah,
There's a hunter.
there's two. There's one. There's zero.
Beautiful.
NS. Alright. I'm gonna have a guess that one of the skulls is in the invisible combat forms room. In the weapon or the ammo bay. That's so many infection forms.
I know one of them is in a specific part of the Warthog run.
Yeah, it's in like... Is it the same spot with the Easter egg run?
No. Similar, but no.
I'm gonna take a guess and assume one is...
Right.
Oh. Oh, I know where it
It's
is.
in,
Yeah, it's in this room. Back by the fire.
yeah.
I almost made it up. Well, that's a lot of infection forms. Oh, they do res the elites that get toasted. Hey, you're back. Yeah, because it's right up here. I see it.
Yep.
Stowed reload. Ooh, very nice. Be a terrible time for them to have a freaking tank.
But there is the only achievement that's hidden on Steam is for talking to the grunt of the end.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out of fuel rod. I was too liberal.
Quick, say something bad about a minority.
They're stealing our jobs. Alex, what is something bad to say about minorities for 500? It's funny how they still try to go into the charred corpses. You weren't Chad enough. Oh, it is just straight up death down there. Oh, that hunter's dead. That one's dead too now.
I'm almost dead.
All right, so we got one skull, right? Or did we get two already?
Just one, and the terminal.
Okay.
And I know where the other one is. Or where the other two.
Okay. You do know where the other 2 skulls are? Perfect.
Yeah.
Alright, is this where engineering's at? Or
It's
ammo
through
bay?
here.
Okay. Got a feeling we're gonna want to stock up.
Yeah, just a bit.
Get a
Full
rocket.
shotgun and a full rocket. Yep.
Alright, where is other rocket launcher? I'm using that quote. Fair enough, Romulus. Fair enough. Oh, there's no invisible elite room anymore. Oh, they just have you go through weapons before... It's interesting. Or did we miss something?
Engine room located.
Oh, I know where a skull is in here.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
I have
it's
access to
under-
all of the reactor schematics and procedures.
It's like right up
One
there.
of
Walk
the-
you through it.
Yeah.
First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core.
Transmission and repair protocols continuing. Please wait for the...
Oh, hello. I've got shotgun damn, eh? Rockets, shotguns. Oh, it's rockets and shotguns in this game are just so strong.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish my frame rate wasn't tanking here, though. Hey, we got Boom. Fitting that Boom is in the engine room where we got to detonate everything.
Yeah.
Do we have to do them one at a time, or can we just, like, open them all up and go?
Yeah, we gotta do one at a time.
Ooh, that's terrible. How fast they kill you. Oh, this shotgun is just the best one.
Now we should have a straight shot
Arguably,
into
this
one of the
design is
ship's
perfect
fusion
for a
drives.
sci-fi.
We need a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic.
I'm gonna kind of just let you do all that, and I'm gonna try to keep you alive.
Use an explosive. I recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out of explosives, there is an armory station located near the engine room's entrance. Analyze. Fusion reactor number 1 destabilizing.
I'm gonna do this one.
Use explosives on the other 3 reactors to destroy their cores.
You would destroy this installation as well as this fascinating record.
I should have opened it.
Yeah.
I just got a twofer with a shotgun, AMA.
Are you perhaps ill?
No. Not yet. About to be done with this stiffness, though.
Ill? No, but I am sick.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater guitar hit.
All right.
Keep it up. Only one more fusion reactor to go. That's it. The engine's gone critical. Based on the current rate of decay, we should
Alright.
have 15 minutes to get off the ship.
Cortana to Echo 419. Come in, Echo 419. Roger, Cortana. I'm reach is 555. The Pillar of Autumn's engines are going critical, Hammer. Request immediate extraction. Approach the crash site and be ready to pick us up at
F, I need to be sold. Yeah, dude.
as soon as you get my signal.
No, the recoil on this shotgun is like almost like an 8 gauge versus a 12 gauge. Oh, hello. That actually kind of scared me. That heart skipped a beat. I'm like, why is there a red mark there?
Echo 419 to Cortana. Things are getting noisy
drive.
Okay.
Alert.
Oh no,
Our
it's great that it
Hammer is further towards systems foul than
reflects
our current
it.
position. Use a warthog to reach the extraction point, or we'll never make it in time. Activating final countdown timer. When it reaches 0, the
Oh,
engines
6 minutes?
will detonate.
Easy.
The explosion will generate a temperature of almost 100 million degrees. Don't be here when it blows.
Oh, the frames. It's not the first one, is it? It's the second one?
It's the second one, yeah.
Surely that won't explode and kill us. Oh, I'm lagging. So it's this one?
Yep.
It's like, what, right here? Okay, yeah, I see it. Oh, that pipe.
Whoa.
Yeah, that lag spike for you too, huh? Still with me?
That wasn't just a lag spike, that was a crash spike.
Oh, you crashed?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still in my Warhawk turret. Oh, I just gotta, like, make it there, right? Oh, this is cool.
Cortana to Echo 419. 2 Covenant Banshees are approaching.
There, yeah, right. Well,
Evade. Say again, evade. Roger, roger.
I don't really have any viewers anyway, so
Aw.
I mean I can always just
Damn, too late.
because after you're done with the level, we're probably not doing anything else.
Yeah.
On the stream, right?
Besides just talking.
We need to get through that
Yeah.
mess and rendezvous with
I'll just go
Hammer.
ahead and end
Don't
stream.
stop for
right.
anything.
It's actually kind of cool how they made this look.
Yeah.
Wait, stop.
I love
This is where
the
Hammer's come to pick us
visuals of
up.
it all.
Hold position here.
Yeah.
Cortana to Echo 419.
So what way do you come from, Echo 419?
Affirmative, Cortana.
Is it the same way as original?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep. One of the saddest deaths in all Halo, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Echo 419. She's gone. Calculating alternate escape route. Ship's inventory shows one longsword fighter is still docked in Launch Base 7. If we move now, we can make it.
I like how I'm just still there.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. That's probably the worst part about it. Oh, that's not a ramp I can just drive up.
I wonder if it lets me.
You could try to rejoin. But I think
Yeah.
it didn't let you the last time we did this, though, either.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna go see the grunt real quick.
Yeah. Are you sure you can take time out of the 2 minutes?
Yeah. First time I've heard that in a very long time.
Chief, up ahead. We need to get across that gap. If you hit that ramp at top speed, we should be
Come on, Chief! Oh, easy. It's almost too smooth.
I mean, the gap was, I think, was a lot scarier in.
Oh, I know, 100% was. Dude, the fact you're driving through literal hell is such a cool touch here. Like, you can actually tell the autumn's going critical. That's so that is a good change.
That's the ship. Move! We need to get aboard now.
Uh-oh. It's lagging so bad for me.
I believe in you. Just run. I'll be fine.
Oh, you've already left.
Well, yeah, but I mean, my husk is still there.
Definitely looks like it.
Close.
Uh-oh. Chief, we don't got time to aura farm.
Here we go.
Oh, that's gruesome. That's a cool shot.
Shut them down. We'll need them later.
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. No. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do. For Earth. An entire Covenant armada obliterated, and the Flood.
Romulus?
We had no choice.
Billionaire.
Halo. It's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.
Alright. That was Halo CE Remake. Or Campaign Evolved. Tactical nuke available. Alright. So I think I know what my issue is with the cutscenes. There's pauses that feel so out of place.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm not the first one to make that comment, but like when they're flying up through the atmosphere and it just stays on Chief and Cortana as they're flying is an example I can think of where it's like they could have showed more destruction of the ring. And I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of just seeing the ring blow up like that. I like the dynamic way that they did it in Combat Evolved, with you actually followed like bits of the ring as it was tearing itself apart from the explosion, and then seeing like the chunks just like blast through. I think the cutscenes are honestly the weakest part of this, but I think
it's a shame because I feel like there's good parts of the cutscenes. It's just that the cutscenes themselves aren't well directed.
Yeah, like if they were wanting to like recontextualize some things. No, I mean, like, they nailed a lot of the like recontexturing. But like, one cutscene that really bothered me is, and I think it's a symptom of people are scared to make faceless people emote.
Yeah.
You know, like, how do you show emotion through like a character? Like the Keys cutscene, right? In the original, Master Chief didn't take Cortana out of his helmet to place her there. And so, like, and I think that's because they didn't know how to, like, give Master Chief, like, a look of terror. If that makes sense? Because, like, yeah, it's the realization that you were too late, you couldn't save the captain, he's now one of them. Where I feel like having Cortana do it in the way that they did it doesn't make sense, because why would Chief take Cortana out of his helmet in the middle of a combat zone like that?
Right.
And, like, I'm not knocking it, because, like, I get what they were trying to do, or, like, they wanted to have, like, Cortana also experience the moment, because it's like she's been, you know, this game sets it up to where, like, her and Captain Keyes have been working with each other for a while with some of their banter, so it, like, makes sense that you want to have her emote on the scene as much as Chief. But I feel like how they did it in Combat Evolved, with how they framed the camera looking back at Chief as he's looking at the Proto Gravemind, you can see the horror based off of, like, the wide pan, you know, the wide shot of his visor looking down at the camera like that, because it's like it looks like terror on his face.
Yeah.
You know?
It's definitely I'd say, like, a complication of the character
Yeah.
that, you know, he's supposed to be stoic super soldier, right?
Yeah.
And so allowing the character to show, you know, typically if you have a character that wears a helmet, like, let's use Mandalorian for example,
Great example.
body language does a lot.
Yeah.
You know, micro movements, the way that someone stands, that all does a lot to communicate that without a helmet. But if you had if you had Chief express Bright from being, you know, just body language alone, that doesn't really work for the character of being stoic.
And I think it's one of those things, though, too, where it, like, played into his stoicism and him hitting a breaking point. Because, like, you see in the original cutscene, you know, he lowers his weapon.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, then it's like the music swells, like the captain, that pause, he's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, him coming to terms with, like, having to, like, actually deal with, you know, the captain being infected, and he failed him. You know, but I mean, there's still some fun cutscenes. Like, I did enjoy the Two Betrayals cutscene. I like that better, because it's like, it adds to, like, how distracted Chief was.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish he got to say, like, did he say the line where he goes, "Something tells me I'm not gonna like this"? Did he say that?
I don't think so.
Because I know that's what he said in the original. But, like, I mean, you can recontextualize a cutscene and make it make sense by doing something like that, right? Like, something tells me I'm not gonna like this, because he's not fighting anymore at that point, you know? Whereas in this cutscene, he's clearly distracted because he's still fighting sentinels that are pouring into the room.
Right.
And then he's just like, yeah, do it, whatever, get us out of here. So, like, his mind isn't focused on that. His mind's focused on keeping them alive, which helps portray that, like, you know, difference between the... Oh, they had Tim Dabo do the Prophet? Huh. Classic grunt. Joe Staten, let's go. You know, I think the direction given for some of those cutscenes were the problem.
Yeah.
Like, they and I know they were going off the original storyboards, which is another thing where it's like, I do give them prop for that. But, and I wonder if that's part of the reason why Bungie originally changed their mind on some of the storyboard shots, because of like the pauses felt too long, so they just trimmed them out, right? I will say I
Yeah.
definitely do like the new Jenkins cutscene better. I
Mhm.
really did like that.
Well, I'm bringing up Bungie specifically and how they did their cutscenes, is they were very cinematic minded when it came to the cutscenes.
oh yeah, no, 100%.
Obviously, a little limited by technology, sure, but still focus on making sure that things felt cinematic, like the films and everything that Halo was meant to evoke.
Yeah. And I mean, it served its, and I mean, it shows in like how they, tackled it with, an example would be is like the feel of like the 80s pulp, action sci-fi horror with like
Yeah.
original 343 Guilty Spark cutscene when the Flood are revealed, or like um just some of the other cutscenes too that come to mind, like the bridge cutscene. It kind of has that little bit of give and take of like the flow, but like I don't like it that when a character seemed like it didn't have anything to like motion through, they just focused on the character, like the cutscene in Two Betrayals and in the mall. When Spark's talking, it's just like focused on him, whereas in like original, the camera actually panned around to like show, you know,
Mhm.
what Chief was doing, and I feel like that was something important here. And then like also too with in the Maw cutscene, the camera panned around the engine bay while Spark was talking and moving through the engine.
Yeah.
Again, a lot like
And
direction
with
is
the
the biggest problem there.
cutscenes, well, I think it's the things that they're communicating is different because, like,
Mhm.
at growing up playing through the trilogy, at no point did I really feel that Spark was like threatening, right?
Yeah.
But the way that they did the cutscenes, like you said, Two Betrayals, the Maw, the way that they handled that communicated much more
Oh no, they made him way more menacing.
emotion, and yes, and
Like-
that is important for someone who's really the main antagonist of the trilogy in a way.
Well, I would say he's the first and last antagonist.
Mhm.
Because like he's the antagonist we get an actual face for. Whereas like we don't know of the prophets till Halo 2. We don't know of the Gravemind to Halo 2. Spark's the first
Yeah.
antagonist they set up for us as a character, and we don't get to see that menace become realized until he kills, spoiler alert, or however old Halo 3 is.
It's almost
La 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 la
isn't it
la.
almost 20.
It is. It will be 20 next year. It'll be its
Yeah.
20th anniversary next year, which is insane. But like at the end of Halo 3, spoiler alert, tune out for about 30 seconds. Johnson gets obliterated by Spark, and that's like the second time we ever see Spark use his like eye laser. Like they could have done
Mhm.
something cool in this game to kind of like show Spark having that laser. Like imagine in the library cutscene where we're grabbing the index and he just like there's a flood running up on us and he just freaking just melts them. Be like, well, Spark, why didn't you do that sooner? He's like, well, protocol, whatever,
I think in that
What?
instance, it's kind of a case of the reason why he didn't is because it's kind of like a Chekhov's gun type situation.
Yeah.
If you show Spark use the laser, you know that Spark is going to use the laser
Right.
kind of against you.
Yeah.
Which, even though that is true, that's not true for another couple games.
Yeah. Which is why it works better in like Halo 3. And I know I just contradicted
Right.
myself in saying that, but like an example you could do to show his menace. I mean, as much as I was giving the cutscene flack, I did like that. Started with a wider shot of Spark, and then he said, I'll be forced to take it from you. Then it's like cameras on top of him. And a cut.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
Mhm.
Because it's like, oh, this little blue light bulb, what's he gonna do? But then when you frame it like that, and it's like, oh, kind of a menace. And then seeing all the Sentinels slowly come in, and then their lasers that were blue turn to red as they look at you. Which, yeah, it's kind of like this, sci-fi trope of enemies allies becoming enemies. You get a blue safe cold light turning into a red light. That's color theory stuff, which is why it works.
Yeah.
But it was kind of silly seeing that. But I think a lot of the stuff that cutscene wise, they're serviceable, they get the job done, they're really good at introducing players to the world of Halo. They do a real good job at recontextualizing the modern take of the cutscenes. There are some things I am annoyed about gameplay wise. Like, I know that it makes sense to have Captain Keyes dying in Truth and Reconciliation being in the original Halo was like a way to like add difficulty, and it was only used once. If that controller's disconnected. That's funny. It stopped the credits because my controller was disconnected. But
nice.
That threw off my train of thought. But like, what was I even going on about? Yeah, like just having him be able to get back up does kind of cheapen the point that you're supposed to have the protect the captain. But like having done Truth and Reconciliation on Legendary and Heroic, and knowing that Captain Keyes dies, it's a checkpoint reset. It does change up how you play that. And like even when we were playing on Heroic, if Captain Keyes died, I didn't even notice. Because at one point he just stays back.
Like, I understand some people being upset about that, but at the same time, that's a quality of life feature. Really, it is.
It is. And like if you wanted to have it where it was tied to a fail state or like a checkpoint thing, it could have been something about the captain getting surrounded instead, but again, we're splitting hairs on like, is it quality of life or is it hand holding for a younger audience, right?
Well, and part of it is also how they redid a lot of the encounters on Truth and Reconciliation, because you would have enemies spawn on both sides. That's why there's the dialogue line shortly after, I think, dealing with the invisible elite room and can actually start going around the rest of the ship, that they say, careful, you can get surrounded. I think we'll probably get surrounded really easily here because of the fact that they
can pour in from every side.
Adjusted the spawns. Yeah.
Now, there are some blatant signs of hand-holding that I didn't like, but I think that's just because of like how they changed the waypoints, because they probably just ripped what Halo Infinite had and put into this game. Because like, the room where you go to get keys and there's the invisible elites and he calls them out. And then it's like, oh, they get waypoints. That feels bad. Like, I know what they're doing because it's like to help a player understand, like, okay, you need to kill these enemies to like finish the encounter. I get it. However, it does, because that's not the only time they do that. Like at the end of 343 Guilty Spark, when you're holding out at the tower, you're like I even was like, dude, this feels like it's lasting forever. When is this going to end? And then to just see the waypoints above the Flood's, combat form's head as they were coming in, it's like, oh, then that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's moments where having the waypoints kind of ruin the gameplay experience. Like marking invisible enemies, a section where you're meant to hold out, knowing how many more you got to kill. That does kind of feel bad, but that's a symptom of modern game design right now more so than
I wonder, is that a setting that can be turned off?
You can turn off waypoints, but I don't know if it's like all waypoints or like what level of waypoints you can turn off on, right? Because like, and the other thing is too, is like they even said, Halo Studios, when this game released, because the narrator, everybody was giving crap about the narrator being on by default. Sketch had a really good comment. He's like, well, if you can't, if you need that assistance, how do you know where to turn it on?
Yeah.
So it's like, it makes sense that a lot of these quote unquote hand-holding features are on by default, because they're coming at it from the approach of, this is literally everybody's first Halo in around the world, because it's like it's being sold as like the first Halo coming back, the classic returning. And so it's like, yeah, some of the hand-holding features make sense. I don't like them, but it makes sense because the approach from the beginning was to make Halo accessible to all. And as a Halo fan, I do like that aspect of it, but it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm playing on heroic, I already know what I'm doing, big guy. I don't need the hand-holding.
Yeah.
However, this is my, 12th Halo, technically, of playing through, and this is the remake of my favorite Halo game. Of course I know this game like the back of my hand, Which is why it's like some of the stuff that they introduce, like some of the skulls, like Reload, for example, that changes up weapon spawns on missions, or the remix mode where it's like has a built-in randomizer, the enemy change out where it like pulls enemies from both the prequel and the other missions of the game and puts them into other spots of the game that they normally wouldn't be. It's kind of cool that they did that, right? Like, yeah, that's a W. But at the cost of some of the other things that a Halo game should have, I'm not sold on that just yet. But I feel like this game was good enough for release, and then they just pushed it out because they didn't want to compete with GTA 6. Which I understand, because most people that are Halo fans, when they're offered this game or GTA 6, they'll be like, oh, this is the third time this game's already come out. I can wait to buy this. I'm going to get GTA 6, especially with how much GTA 6 is costing at release.
Yes.
And then, like, the other part of it, too, with, you got... and again, Microsoft's wanting to try to make as much money as they can because they're kind of in the crapper right now with Xbox. It makes sense that they're like, yeah, no, have all these different features and like these like live service things tied into the pre-order bonus. But like, I think it's one of those things where like the pre-order bonus skins, they don't bother me as much as like as big of a deal as some people are making it, because ultimately my biggest critique of the game is I wish it was a new Halo, not Halo 1 again for the fourth time.
Yeah.
And I'm being hyperbolic with the fourth time because it's literally only the third time that this has been redone as a game. But I think it's also one of those things too, where I was talking to a coworker about it because he asked me what I thought. And I said, for what they wanted to set out to do, have a new Halo that is an onboarding point for new players. It's a test bed for seeing if they can make Unreal and the Blam engine work together. It's it's a way to see what interest is in this kind of gameplay. It's a test bed game, and it's a way for them to have this. What's the word I'm looking for here?
And they're seeing what they can, they're checking what will work, what they can do with the franchise. That's why they're trying out on, PlayStation to see, and that's kind of why they designed it the way that it is, to be like, hey, the past few entries, because really, let's be honest, 4, 5, and Infinite have not been shining examples of. Yeah.
Like, I'll defend Halo Infinite for a while, because I feel like out of all the 343 Halos, it is the best one. But I mean, saying that's also kind of like a double-edged sword, because like how bad the other two were. As Halo games. Like, Halo 5's biggest critique is the fact that it shouldn't have been a Halo game. Which is crazy to say, because, like, what kind of game should it have been, Like,
right.
We're talking, like, would the game gotten any attention if it wasn't a Halo game? You know, like Halo 5's gameplay for what it was pretty fun. I sank a lot of time playing Warzone in that game. I mean, so much so that I
Mhm.
got like Achilles pretty early on.
Did
But
you see the release armors that they just added?
I've seen some of them. I
I
don't.
I kind of like the the translucent
That one's actually really
green
cool.
one.
I do like that because it's a throwback to the prototype Xbox, which I'm really cool with.
Yeah.
But like, and that's one of the things. It's like I'm totally okay with them doing some stuff like that, right? My wish would have been that that stuff would have been included in the base game as
Yes.
unlocks that you could get. Like, imagine getting the hunter chief skin for killing 50 hunters with the Magnum, or
Right, and I'm just
the
remembering how difficult it was to unlock, like, the Hayabusa and the Katana back in Halo 3,
yeah,
right? Like, you actually had to progress to unlock it.
yeah, like you needed all the achievements or
Yeah,
1,000 gamer score for Halo 3.
right.
But
Which then, when they added in, like, all the new maps and everything, you could get it a little bit easier.
yeah, well, that's because I couldn't get Stepping Razor for forever. I don't even think I ever got Stepping Razor. That was the one achievement I
Mhm.
needed in base game, and I just never could get it because just could never get a triple kill with an energy sword. And
Yeah.
that was also because like the way you were supposed to get it, just I didn't want to do that. I didn't like
Mhm.
playing Lone Wolves that much anyways, but I think ultimately though, some of my biggest issues with this game, kind of going back to a topic I was saying, is the reason why Halo Combat Evolved was so groundbreaking, and it's oh, hello Spark. I get how like going to Threshold, huh? I like how that's the opening cutscene or the opening terminal for Halo 2 on the Arbiter mission is that.
Yeah.
But like that's kind of the thing about it though, is like why Halo Combat Evolved took off like it did in comparison to, let's say, every one of the last remakes, is that the original Halo Combat Evolved evolved the gameplay system on console. It evolved, like, it introduced the weapon triangle system where you have like two offhand abilities and then your gun. So like your melee's offhand, your grenade's offhand, and you have your gun. Whereas like previous games, you'd have to rotate over to what your melee weapon is, or you'd have to rotate over to what your grenade is.
Yeah. And
Adding
that's why
that,
they say, Combat Evolved. It's not the game Halo Combat Evolved. It's saying we have evolved first-person shooter combat.
yeah. And like, if you would have released Halo just as the name Halo, I don't know if it would have stuck as well as it did with Combat Evolved. But
Mhm.
that's kind of some of the genius of the early marketing for Bungie and Microsoft, and why they worked so well together was because that was it. That was the sauce right there, was the fact that it revolutionized consoles on the first-person market, or first-person market on consoles, because of it took ideas that were already existing, like GoldenEye with the movement and aiming, and then Doom with the, because Doom was 2D space, so you weren't like actually aiming. But they changed it so that you actually felt like you were in a proper 3D space, and they changed how the combat flow worked, because if they figured out, well, one stick should look around, one stick should move, and then they went from there. They I can't remember what the original gameplay style is based off of. I want to say it's like the flight simulator. Do you remember what they called it? Because it was like, it had a different name before it got into Halo.
Well, I
Is it-
know flight sims. That's why you had inverted look as well.
Mhm.
Was because that was the main other point of
Yeah.
joystick play, was Fine, yeah.
It's one of those things too where there's just like a level of expectation going into it, right? And I
Mhm.
think that's something that, like, if you played Halo, you know what this game is. Even with the changes to cutscenes, even with the changes to levels, it's no different. The only thing that's different with this game is the prequel missions, the enemy types added in, the weapons brought into the game. And I'll be honest, I do love the addition of the weapons. You know, I like the change to the assault rifle because, again, it's back in kind of the idea that Bungie originally had for Halo Combat Evolved, was the assault rifle was to actually be an assault rifle, and then the Magnum was meant to be a pistol. But in the final moments, that's where the Magnum changed to be the absolute terror it was, and that was all Jason Jones. And that's why the Halo Magnum became so iconic. But in this game, there were times where, like, I didn't even bother picking it up because the assault rifle was just so much better at what I needed to do. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. There's no reason to come into this game expecting your world to be shattered, right? But the promise of campaign evolved, I don't feel like it's evolved so much as it's just been modernized, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's because I haven't messed with campaign remix. Maybe that's because I'm just so, like, you served me my favorite dish at my favorite pizza joint, but you changed the flour, and I don't like the flour. Like, we went from an Italian style flour to like semolina, and while semolina is good, when I'm expecting a robust Italian crust on my pizza and it now tastes different, I have to sit there and think about it more. But as far as this game goes, if you've never played Halo and you've liked what you saw, just go for it. You know, I'm not going to tell you not. I mean, especially if you got Game Pass, it's free. Give it a play. Give it a solid playthrough. Go for some of the achievements you really want to nail out. You know, have fun with it. Halo is always a great game to play with friends. Yeah, that's a good way to put it too, Romulus. Is it's evolved because it has modern upscaling. It has the modern graphics. But
yeah,
the thing about that, though, is that's what Anniversary did too.
Right.
And so
Which,
it's
at the
like,
same time, I can understand remaking, because Anniversary was 15 years ago, right?
yeah,
And I mean, look at how many times Skyrim has been re-released
well,
since 2011.
Skyrim's the progenitor of this issue to begin with, right? Well,
Yes,
that and like
yeah.
the fact that they realize that they can just sell us the same game again at a different time, and you know we'll be there like flies to the syrup, you know. But I think the thing that bothers me about it is the title doesn't live up to, at least to my expectations of what I expect when I hear Evolved, right? Like, Ruby's Rebalanced felt more evolved than this. Because, like,
Right.
Ruby's Rebalanced mod, not only did you get, like, cut content put back into the game, like weapons, for example, you had new encounters added in, you had things brought into the game from lore that weren't there, like ODSTs being in the game was really cool. They upped how the infection worked. They backported in the Halo 3 infection mechanics, like infection forms would actually convert living Marines, combat forms and stuff like that. But not only that, but like you actually got to see the differences of each of the different like models infected. Like if it was an infected crewmate, it actually had like the jumpsuit on them. That felt more evolved than this. Now, if you were to like, Jared, what would you do for campaign evolved? My approach would have been to do the Ruby's Rebalance mod, but give it this level of fidelity, graphical fidelity on top of it. And like, I'll be honest, I do love the weapons that they added into the game. I felt they fit perfectly in this sandbox still without overcrowding it. Because that was the one fear I had coming into this, was like, we're going to have so many weapons are going to feel useless that are there because they're going to be overshadowed by something else. But like the SMG never felt stronger than the assault rifle when you were given the two options, because the SMG
And
served its purpose.
Mechanically, yeah, they had their own use.
100% use. And like
if anything, the only thing that I miss, that I wish about the weapons, is just that we got to see more of them, more of the new stuff.
Like it would have been interesting to see, like, they put Jackal snipers on Halo, right? So like having the beam rifle there, it was at the end of the mission. It was a matter of how you tackled the final part of like extracting everyone. So like you could have got it last and barely got to use it, or you could have got it first, like what we did. We had the beam rifle and regular sniper rifle going into the different clear points, right?
Yeah.
Like that felt good. Now, if you would have put the beam rifle at the beginning of the mission, that would have detracted from how the encounters were designed, because you have a sniper rifle, you could just stay on top of the tower away from everyone and just pick off them as they come at you. Could you do that with the pistol and Halo Combat Evolved? Yeah, that's what you would do on Legendary. But in this game, it still encouraged you to actually go out there to fight the Covenant, because the Magnum wasn't as strong as it was in, Halo Combat Evolved, but then also because the assault rifle actually did really good damage to heads, but you couldn't really aim with the assault rifle. So it still forced you off the top of the towers to actually like go out and fight the Covenant. And that's why the changes to like having like the different like buttresses and the little fortress walls was a good change for that part of the mission, because it played into the strengths of the sandbox, which is what Halo should be good at doing. Now, let's say having a shotgun at that part, because it's possible to get the shotgun there because of the remix skull. The shotgun would just lean into the idea more of you could either hold off on the tower or actually push out and fight the Covenant, which is cool. I do like that. I do fear, or like, the idea of like having too much butter on my bread, because then I'm losing out in the flavor of the bread. I'm having too much butter.
Yeah.
But again, there's just so much about like weapon balance where it's like, yeah, in Halo Combat Evolved, it felt bad not having the Magnum, because the Magnum was the only gun that could do headshot damage, right? In this game, the assault rifle was a rifle that did more damage to heads. It didn't do like one-shot headshots, but they gave it that modifier, so it didn't feel bad when you didn't have the Magnum.
Right.
But you could still take out grunts pretty fast. You could still take out elites pretty fast. I mean, really, the only thing that assault rifle seemed to struggle against were jackals, which makes sense, and hunters, which also makes sense.
Right.
So, but yeah. Overall,
and I will say, with kind of like what you had said about the mod, right? I know that obviously that was all cut content that was put into the mod. There's the benefit of a mod like that is that it does allow players to play through the new content, or the content that was supposed to be in the game, or that was cut for whatever reason. The downside is it kind of puts the creators into a little bit of a difficult situation if they were to go back and remake the game with cut content, because now technically the person that made that cut content function is not someone that was involved with making it, and so it's kind of more fan content than real content.
Yeah,
real
because
content,
well, it's like,
so it's kind of like one of the reasons why Pokemon hasn't made new EV types is because any design it's too similar to fan designs.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like that point to be taken into consideration. Like, I'm not using it as an excuse to like not have the cut content in there, because like what Ruby also added too were like Easter eggs and like special things you could do that would lead you to some of the cut content, right? Like the idea of putting ODSTs in this game the ODST designs that Ruby used were based off of the ODST designs that were in like Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo Reach. So like the design wasn't their own original look. It was based off of what they had. But with how they handled this game, they didn't have a design for ODST set in stone like they did with like your Marine Troopers, which is why it's like, yeah, it was just the Halo Infinite Marines in this game. And like what ODST trooper design we did have was based off of Halo Infinite assets still already. Like the chest plate that Williams had in the prequel campaign was based off of the chest plate you could get for the Rakshasa Corps in multiplayer. The Sergeant Johnson's armor is based off of the Orion armor that you get in Halo Infinite. Master Chief's armor in both this in the main campaign and in the prequel missions were based off of the armor in the multiplayer of the same name. So,
Right.
you know, if you were to be like, all right, we're putting in cut content from Halo Combat Evolved into this game, realistically, the cut content of Halo Combat Evolved is weapons, which they technically did do because you got access to the fuel rod gun, you got access to the energy sword. The only weapon you didn't get access to in this game that was cut was the flamethrower.
Right, which was, I can understand not putting in the flamethrower.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like, well, and technically it was part of the game, just one specific release of it.
Yeah. And it's also one of those things too where like, you know, what do you prioritize when trying to remake a game, right? Like what you should focus on is like the problem areas that people had issues with, and that's what they did here. I don't know if I like the library in this game better than I like the original library. I wish they would have expanded upon the ideas that they did, like the light bridge part. That would have been so much more intense if you actually had to go in and figure out what switches you had to hit where to, like, you know, solve the puzzle. But on the flip side, I can also see that become tedious the more you have to do it, because it's like, okay, I gotta do this switch, this switch, this switch, and then this switch. Whereas having it just in the path that you're already going on, it's like, okay, fine, yeah, whatever. But then
and I think with a puzzle, an important thing with a game like Halo, where, you know, it kind of encourages multiple playthroughs. A puzzle is only fun the first time you play it.
100%, yeah. That's the other part of it too.
And
it's
so,
like
if you had to go through every single time and redo the puzzle that you're doing, like that's why I can understand what they did there with the light bridge, where it's a very simplistic, you know, calling it a puzzle is a little bit of an over exaggeration.
Yeah.
But what it serves is that you have to kind of divide your focus by going to different places. Now, obviously, that's weakened by the fact that you get a waypoint that tells you where to go. But
like
at the same time, it's something else that you need to do. And I'm certain there's also ways to get around it.
Oh, I'm sure,
Yeah,
like there's some like speedrun strat where you can like jump over to get to the last switch or whatever. But knowing how this game was probably coded, you have to hit all those switches in order to unlock the main door still. But like what would solve something like that though is like have a tank form in that room. So it's like you use the bridges to get away from the tank, or you have to kill the tank. You know, that would have been a cool way to like handle it. Or like imagine an energy sword combat form that was there, because like the last room had like the different hallways you could like go down and then like, oh, it's a dead end. That'd be kind of cool to have to worry about like the pressure of the combat form chasing you down with an energy sword at that point. But again, it's like we're nitpicking something where it's like they wanted to change the library, they changed the library. They flipped it on its head.
The thing about changing the library too is OG library has a very specific feel. It's a, you know, is it a well-designed level? No, absolutely not.
It's literally copy paste the mission.
I think it's an awful looking level. I think it's an awful level to play in the original game.
Yeah.
Is this better from a level design standpoint? Yes. But in doing so, it loses a lot of the theme that the library had to begin with.
Yeah. Because like the idea of the original library is like a part of it too is a lot of Halo's design language to begin with was based off of the original idea that humans were Forerunner, right? So a lot of the design language was meant to evoke uncanny familiarity, right? So even though, you're just copy and pasting the same block 12 different times and calling it a day, it still adds that level of uncanny familiarity because it's like you play through that mission and you didn't know what the name of it was, and you play through the mission, you beat it, like, oh, what's that mission called? And somebody tells you the library, like, oh, that makes sense. Because like when you're in a library, it's rows of bookshelves, it's rows of, like just rows of things, and it all looks the same, right? And like with subtle differences here and there to like differentiate between like fiction, nonfiction, so on and so forth. That's what the original library does very well, is it conveys that uncanny familiarity, right?
Here's a concept that I know that this is kind of a high concept for a first-person shooter. Because here's the question, right? Obviously, we know that the Flood were let out by the Covenant.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a long time between, and Cortana herself said that it was 12 hours between the ending of Assault on the Control Room and arriving at Two Betrayals, right? At the start, because she says that in the cutscene.
Yeah.
How is it that the library is as overrun in that 12 hours?
Well, I think the way to have explained it better, and I think it's purely just because of like the design choice of having I'm tweaking my just yapping scene real quick. We've been talking for I think part of the problem with it is because they wanted to change up how the level looked versus just how the level played alone. So, what's the quickest way to add like a look to something, and when you have foreigner architecture without like just relying on, oh, it's damaged, or oh, it's this? Because like it does make sense that the library would have flood samples in it, right?
Yeah.
But the level of biomass and all that other stuff that was already unleashed in the library is a little extreme, right?
Well, my thinking, what would be... See, the thing is, 343 Guilty Spark it builds up tension very well.
Oh,
so the point that it's a horror level, full-blown horror. I think the way that the library should work is you get in there, the first level, it's quiet, no enemies that you fight, but things start going wrong as you get further down, because you should be there to see the infection begin.
Yeah. I think that's kind of clever how they did it in Halo Combat Evolved, was because what's the first thing you fight in the library? What's the first enemy you fight? A carrier form.
Yeah.
Which and I mean, again, it's retroactive lore, because you don't know that carrier forms are meant to be aged combat forms that no longer can fight, so they just incubate more infection forms. So it like makes sense in that standpoint to explain why a carrier form is the first thing you fight in the library. But to have the biomass break out like it did, I think the best way you could have done it is like they introduced the Silexes, right? Like there are Silexes in the different like labyrinthian hallways. What would have been a better way to go about it is if you saw some of those Silexes like broken and open, and that those contents being like used to add to the biomass to what's growing in the library, right? And I think it's one of those things where it's like it's a matter of artistic design versus actual lore. because in the library you don't have the flood biomass growing everywhere like it does in this game, nor did you have it in like Ruby's Rebalanced. But like Ruby explained it, how they did it, because it was like, well, it makes sense to have this here because I added the Covenant into the library already. So it makes sense that the Flood are able to start growing biomass in the library because the Covenant are there.
Right.
And whereas like with this game, if they would have added Covenant into the library, they could have done the same thing. But that goes back to your idea of like, well, Nintendo doesn't do a new design for Eevee because it would be too close to a fan design, right? So if Halo Studios, 343 Industries, when this was probably started, looked at the library and said, okay, well, what if we put Covenant in here? Well, they're pretty in touch with the community. They would have seen that, oh, Ruby's Rebalanced and every other mod under the sun for Halo Combat Evolved adds Covenant to the library. We can't do that. Okay, what can we do to change it up? Add a tank form. It makes sense because, like, in the library, they would be studying different flood forms. It makes sense to put the tank form in there, right? Now, I know that the pedantic side of the community that's like, well, in the feral stage, the flood wouldn't know how to make pure forms. Well, yeah, but in the Halo ring, they were made to design. They were also like to help. The idea was that it would be a place to study to see if they could figure out a cure for the flood or how to defeat the flood without needing to rely on the rings. So it makes sense to have a pure form in there so that they could like study it to figure it out, which would then also then explain why like the rampant biomass growth like it did is because you have something like a pure form already there ready to go. It's going to help boost the knowledge of the local flood to start gathering biomass, right? Which in Halo, it's kind of naturally explained in original Halo, because like we don't see the flood start gathering bodies, so they're already like making a proto gravemind,
Right.
which fits in the lore. But I also think they did it in a way where it still makes sense in this game because it's like the proto gravemind is already much more formed than what it was in Halo CE. Like the biomass is taking over the Truth and Reconciliation. So I'm defending something that really doesn't need to be defended or being discussed this this thoroughly over. But I think it's to drive a point home that this game takes a lot of artistic liberty in upgrading the design of the game versus lore accuracy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that inherently. I think it's okay to do that. But again, what it does is now it's like, okay, so we already have pure forms in Halo Combat Evolved's remake. What's Halo 2 going to have to do to up the ante? Well, your next best bet would...
That's something that I hope they actually do. Like, okay, here's what I could see them do. Halo 2 comes out, right? You actually include like the rest of the pure forms in Halo 2 because of the fact that, that's the ring that Gravemind is on.
Yeah.
And then you get to Halo 3. When we get into the Ark, crazy idea here. What if we got a little bit of some Promethean action going on?
It would be interesting to see like some hints to the Promethean, combat systems. Like it would be cool to see like maybe not like all the Promethean soldiers, but like crawlers. Yeah. I think would be a fun addition to Halo 3 sandbox. Mm-hmm. Or like maybe bring the enforcers back, because that's the other thing too that people aren't thinking about with Halo 2 is like we had different Sentinel ranks. We had the enforcers. It would be cool to see like here's my crackpot idea for Halo 2, right? Halo 2 comes out, we get our bog standard combat forms like we do in the first mission where it's all elite combat forms, whatever have you. What they could do that would be interesting is if on, let's say, the Oracle, we run into like a human dropship, right? And it's like, that's odd, that shouldn't be here. Why is this here? And then it's like, oh, it's because that's how the flood got to the the facility, and that's how you can like have it stem up to show like there's a pure form on this, there's pure forms here, or have it where that's why there's human combat forms in those missions where there's no humans at that part of the ring or in the gas mine. And then what you could do is like in Sacred Icon, when you up the ante for the Flood, is you introduce the brute combat forms. And then by the time you're on High Charity, you're fighting human, brute, elite. You're fighting the whole Flood armada. And then in Halo 3 for the Flood, you add in... Yeah, exactly. That's what the Halo rings were also meant to do. Romulus. But what you could do then is like introduce the Juggernaut. Finally bring that into game. Would it make sense for Halo 3 to have the Juggernaut be there? Not really, because that's where the pure forms were. But if we're up in the ante, why not have a boss fight where you're fighting a Flood Juggernaut on your way up the Ziggurat? Or, you're going, the one you go to Void, the first thing you fight is a Juggernaut, when you're going through Floodgate. Like there's things you could do. And I think that's where you need to like understand how to up the ante, right? Is if we added tank forms here, we gotta add more of the pure forms to Halo 2. And then for Halo 3, what's next to add? Well, besides the pure forms being able to change in between them forms, maybe add a different pure form that you can add in. Like, imagine like a hunter combat form, where it's like it's got the fuel rod gun integrated into it, or whatever have you, stuff like that. So it's a matter of like, how do you up the ante from here? Because that's the thing. Like, yeah, does it throw the lore out of the question? Yeah, but you can explain it because it's like here. They're studying the Flood. Makes sense to have pure forms on hand. They already established that there were pure forms in cold storage, which I think was Halo, where the Flood broke out from Halo 2. So, it would make sense that they would have pure forms on this ring as well.
Yeah.
So that argument, again, it's a pedantic argument. It doesn't really do anything to, like, rank the game. But I feel like overall, I would give this game... And this is just me being like as harsh as possible, because there are things that do degrade the overall presentation of the game. Yeah, exactly. But I would say, if I was to be as brutally honest about how I feel about this game, I'd say 5 out of 10 to 6 out of 10. Because the cutscenes, they just, with how they're directed, they just take me out of it. Some of the voice delivery, not that I'm saying the actors are bad, like, some of the cast, dude, I can't believe they got like Keith Silverstein into Halo. Like, you're talking a VA legend in this game. It's like, I'm not mad about his line delivery. It's more so just the direction. Yeah, I would say it's definitely like, if you want to play Halo, this is a great way to play Halo. And if you like this and you want to see what the original was like to compare and contrast, pick up Master Chief Collection and play that too. Yeah, I'd say if I'm being harsh and like drastic and like knee-jerk reaction, 5 out of 10. But that's because this game doesn't do anything new like what Halo Combat Evolved did. And that's the whole reason why I like Halo Combat Evolved as much as I did, is because it did so much that, it innovated. It changed how games are played. And like, it's the same thing I have with like Halo 2 Anniversary. And the same gripe I have about Halo 2 is like, Halo 2 originally was the game that made Xbox Live the thing that Xbox Live is today. Like, all the things that are innately in your Xbox console came from Halo 2's matchmaking systems. Like the party chat, the clans, the pre-game, post-game lobbies. All that stuff came from Halo 2 because up until that point, it was just like custom browser, right? So that's how that innovated. And then Halo 3 innovated with adding all the different community features, like the screenshots, file share, theater, forge, and then Reach just took that and innovated upon that too. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like Halo, the Halo CER is evolving the design and look of the classic Halo and modernizing it without bringing the changes that the original Combat Evolved did. So, pedantically, yeah, 6 out of 10. I would give this game. It has a lot of issues. It should have been held back. But it is still a really, really fun game to play with friends. I can see that there's enough of a challenge here for like a casual player that wants to get challenged with how to play Halo. This game's going to do that for you. Like we're playing on Heroic, and I don't think there was ever a time where we used the noob combo to deal with elites.
Yeah.
Where it's like on Legendary, it's going to be because of we're fighting Reach AI, which was one of the easier games to deal with on Legendary anyways to begin with. I feel like we're also going to be it's going to be an easier Legendary experience. It's going to be a good game for like baby's first Legendary. And this is just knee-jerk reaction. But like also too, like compare our deaths and fails this last little bit of a playthrough compared to what we did in the prequel missions. Like in the prequel missions, we got our crap rocked.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, wasn't so much the case, but I think it's in part because of like mission design for the prequels versus the prequel missions versus like your mission design here. So overall package, 5 out of 10. If you want more Halo, it's more Halo. It's not a ton of Halo, but the new experiences were nice. I do like the addition of the New Covenant. I wish that they would have focused more so on them versus the ODST Spartan beef. That's because I've read all the books. I'm really tired of that beef being brought up. We get it. Spartans and ODSTs hated each other, but ultimately at the end of the day, they both want to help humanity. So we can stop. We can stop with the ODST Spartan beef, please. Please.
I just don't want this game to not mean anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't want Microsoft or 343 to take the lesson away from it that like people don't want Halo. That's not it. This is not a sign to not continue. This is not a sign that they should not go on to remake 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think they should.
I want them to do that. I want a Halo 3 remake.
I want, and this might be a monkey's paw moment. I would love to have Halo 3 finally get up to date with graphics and all that stuff. I don't want you to change anything with Halo 3. I know one of the writers right now for Halo is a big proponent of not liking Cortana being the damsel in distress that she was in Halo 3. But I can go on a rant about Alex Wakeford and the damsel in distress misogyny arc of Cortana in Halo 3.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's more so a victim of what Bungie tries to do with their games. And I mean, they still do it with they still did it with Destiny, for crying out real loud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they want their games to feel like a pulpy action flick. That's why Halo Combat Evolved was loaded with different references and designs to like harken back to like Alien and Predator. That's why Halo 2 had like the space opera drama of Star Wars put in it. And then Halo 3 was meant to be like your Bruce Willis, your action flick with like Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, Steven Seagal kind of approach, right? Like, it's not meant to take a character of Cortana and make her a backseat to fit the male power fantasy. It was a victim of them ending up deciding to do another game more so than trying to emulate that. Because the one thing that Bungie's always done, even from the beginning, is they've always written strong female characters in their game, even if it's just something as subtle as like Foehammer, right? She's the last person you have that you're connected to in the story of Halo. She's always been there for you. She's always the one that's picked you up, and she dies at the very end. That's a gut punch, and that's a very well written character in that regard. So I don't like the idea of, we're gonna make Cortana not the damsel in distress, but because I'd take damsel in distress Cortana over Halo 5 Cortana any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my only fear of going into Halo, like a Halo 3 remake, is that they might do something with that. It would be smarter, in my opinion, if they also included some of the stuff from like the Halo Evolutions book to kind of explain like what she's been doing with the Gravemind the entire time, keeping him distracted and basically
Yeah.
playing 4D chess against this eldritch being of infinitesimal knowledge, I'd be okay with that being put in because that's what was going on. She's the sole reason Gravemind didn't realize that we were trying to go to the Ark to nuke him and bait him there. Like, she kept the knowledge that she had an activation index on her the entire time from this galaxy mind spread throughout the cosmos entity. Like,
Right.
dude, I don't know if people understand, like, yeah, she comes off like the damsel in distress in the game because that's kind of the point of her character in that game. But what she's doing the entire time is the only reason why we're able to do what we do in Halo 3. So that's
Yeah.
my 2 cents about it.
Which
But-
and they've with like Anniversary and some of the stuff they did with 2 Anniversary as well, was adding in some additional scenes through like terminal entries that add
Yeah.
additional context to things. And I imagine that would be one of the things that they add
Yeah.
when they do a 3 remake.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things where it's just like, look, gamers, I get it. I understand. You know, we want new Halo. I would like to see a sequel to Halo Infinite before I'm too old to play video games. Because I do
Yeah.
really want to see what they're going to do with the story, even if it's going to be something like time travel. Because time travel in Halo, I don't know how to feel about that just yet. But
I
I'm
think the main
also...
thing, it's just that they're kind of in a bind when it comes to how people received the 4, 5, and Infinite.
Hmm.
It's like they're faced with either the option of, do we kind of rewrite things and branch off a different way, or do we continue on with what we have? Which, if they continue on, if they make a new game after Infinite, you know that what they're going to do is just going to be like, oh, somehow the Flood survived.
Well, I mean, they've already done that twice, so, like, why not?
Yeah.
But, like, that's the thing, though, is, like, there is Flood on Zeta Halo. They say that in Halo Infinite, but yet we don't see any Flood in-game on Zeta Halo. Like, if we really want to start splitting hairs about somehow the Flood return, it's like, well, no crap, the Flood is always supposed to return. It's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But the idea that they could do to make it feel worthwhile is the Endless is the new threat, but not because the Endless is the new threat, but because the technology that the Endless possess, if it is time travel, means that if the Flood can travel through time, how are you going to stop that?
Right.
And I think that's the route that they would need to go if they're to continue with it. But I fear the problem is that they're not going to handle time travel right, because time traveling is such a hard aspect to nail in sci-fi. Like, Star Wars couldn't even do it right.
Yeah.
But
And the thing about the Star Wars example is that I feel like the Worlds Between,
yeah,
right, is one of the cleaner methods of sci-fi time travel.
yeah, no, it really is. But it's also one of those things where it just feels cheap still.
Yes.
But either way, yeah, that's my feelings about this game. It's fun. If you're a fan of Halo, I recommend playing it. Maybe not dropping $70 on it. It's on Game Pass. Play it on Game Pass. If you could wait this long to play this game, yeah. And if you
Obviously
really
now it's
Go
only
ahead.
$50 because it's
Exactly.
the pre-order, but you know this is going to be on sale. It'll have a nice, maybe 33% off.
Give it about
40%
3
off
months.
sale for Christmas. Like,
Oh,
it's
100%,
gonna-
yeah. Like, the thing that I hope that this does, and I don't even play PvP much these days, but I would love to see them evolve into doing stuff more like multiplayer. Like, I can't wait to try out Campaign Remix 4-player co-op just to see the shenanigans that unfold from that. Or, like, another example would be, like, you know, there's talks of them actually, like, maybe doing an extraction shooter in the vein of, like, Helldivers. I think that would be kind of cool to see what they could do. I'm hesitant about that though, because I don't want them to chase trends. I want them to do something new. But I'm sure they could figure out a way to make it work where it's actually new and not just we're chasing the extraction shooter trend, right? But it's a matter of how they're going to execute it, and it's going to be a matter of how they go about handling it all. But yeah, if you like Halo and you want to play a new take on Halo Combat Evolved, and you want to know a new way to do it outside of like the other litany of mods for Master Chief Collection, like Campaign of or Ruby's Rebalanced or SPV3, this is good for that. I think the remix mode is going to give this game a lot of life that people weren't expecting it to give. Because there's going to be a plethora of challenges. There's so many achievements in this game. It's kind of ridiculous. There's 42 skulls to collect, for crying out loud. So
I've only got 4 left.
I think I only got 4 left too. Oh no, I got a lot. I got a lot more than 4 left. I got 31 of 42. I need 11 more, and I think most of them are from the prequel missions. So
yeah,
but yeah, like Catch is the only one I think. Catch and Funeral, I think, are the only 2 skulls we're missing from Mainline. And I know where both those are at. And then
yeah, I mean those are really easy to pick up. The Funeral one, you have to use Acrophobia.
Yeah,
to get it
because it's like slightly out of bounds. But no, that's the thing. I think.
Oh, I did find the terminal on Halo as well.
Where was it?
It annoyed me.
It was on. It was outside the window in the bridge, right? When you're going through the tunnel.
Yep.
Son of a.
Well, the thing is, you have to actually stand on that ledge and look down.
That's so funny.
Because there's a little ledge there, and when you're underneath it, if you look up, it looks the exact same as the ceiling, so you don't see it.
That's diabolical. But yeah, that is very diabolical. Well, gamers, thank you so much for tuning in. I think we're gonna call it here. I'm kind of out of things to talk about. If you like Halo, it's a fun Halo experience. I can't wait to play this with some of our other friends and try out some of the 4-player shenanigans and see how it goes. But with that,
absolutely.
Boone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your streaming time with me. I really do appreciate it.
Always.
Everyone that's here, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Halo Campaign Evolved Remake, or whatever we're gonna call it. We may come back to this at some point, but I think the next stream I'm gonna do is gonna be a writing stream to get back in the flow of that, because it's been a bit since we've gone into the world of Arcane Chronicles. So I think with all that, Boone, you got anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, you guys know how to find I Am Boone. Doggle, go give him a follow and all that fun stuff on Twitch so you guys can keep up with him. But this has been TheSavageED. This has been Boone. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been Halo Campaign Evolved. We will see you guys another time. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.